So I keep getting questions. Why are you so obsessed with Charlie Kirk and why does this matter to you? So first things first, two people wondering why this matters. After Charlie Kirk died, remember, I just literally shared someone else's post sharing my condolences. Didn't know much about him. Within 2 weeks, I experienced people calling me all kinds of labels. Not that I'm offended, but when I saw a Christian nationalist and fascist, that took me back. And again, I don't take it personally, but I'm sorry. I honestly had to shed light on the dangers of this habit because thankfully the labels are obviously not true. But there could be labels that are easier to spread. But thankfully, I know y'all more than you know me. I know the Democrats' rhetoric like the back of my hand. And so anyways, I just wanted to clarify that. The last two posts I made, it's not to shame anyone. I appreciate your boldness to share your truth with me, no matter how crazy it is. Honestly, that is brave to share your perspective. And I don't mind it as long as we're growing from it. So I'm not offended by the labels. Obviously, they're not true. But the true danger actually is that one statement, one disagreement, suddenly you're boxed into an identity that doesn't reflect you. But what struck me the most was this. After Charlie died, some people were more upset that others mourned him than his actual death. And that level of muzzling, I just can't accept. That's too much. 10 years, I stayed quiet and I didn't want to offend you to the point where I didn't realize that I was in your echo chamber. I don't want that kind of muzzling. And to the question, why are you so obsessed with Charlie Kirk? Well, no, I'm not. I don't think I'm obsessed. What I'm focused on is truth. And I want to break out of the echo chamber I didn't even realize I was in the past decade. So really, as far as defending him, Charlie doesn't need defending. Just like I don't need defending. Just like Jesus doesn't need defending. Just like truth doesn't need any defending. The only thing I feel I need to stand up for is my right to an opinion without being immediately shut down or labeled. That's it. Just that American privilege. So that's what's important to me. That's why this matters. Because in just 2 weeks, I've experienced firsthand what so many Republicans have been saying for years. Although I had been censored a lot, but I did not experience the labeling to this degree. It's robbing everybody. It's robbing us the ability to see clearly. It robbed me of the ability to see that other people thought like me, that most people are level-headed. Liberals enjoyed the privilege of being able to share their views on social media without it being censored. I appreciated Charlie Kirk and other Republicans for finding another creative way through that. And he went to schools and debated. That was my way to get to know other perspectives. So you could have done the same thing. Democrats could have done the same thing. You already had a head start. You already have social media. You could also have done it in schools. So it's time to exercise my right. And if that makes people uncomfortable, so be it. I'm not fighting to be right. I'm not fighting to win. I'm simply sharing my experience and hoping that we can find some sort of common ground. So now I'm going to go more in depth. I hope I've answered that. But onto a different thought. I don't feel comfortable sharing my liberal beliefs. I don't like that I have to do that. Why do we have to constantly qualify our perspectives? Why do I have to say, I didn't like Charlie, but nobody 100% agrees with each other? Why do we have to say that? I almost feel like when I revealed that I was a liberal, it gave out a cheat sheet. You didn't need to know. For example, with my twin sister, she's an atheist, last I checked at least. And the kind of atheist that feels like religion is dangerous. And I didn't agree with her. I believe in respecting everyone. But when I was going through my own spiritual journey, there was a time I privately considered myself an atheist. I prayed just saying, God, if you're real, reveal yourself to me in a way that I understand. And because I didn't want to lie to myself. And I didn't want to pretend that I believed in something I didn't. But I still saw the value of religion. I didn't want to take that away from others. So I kept that experience private. Interestingly, even when both my twin and I were atheists at the same time, I never felt comfortable sharing that. I don't know exactly why, but I do remember one time that she was in her little rant about the dangers of religion and all that stuff. And I was like, well, I still didn't agree. Why are you? There's still good people in all kinds of religions. What do you mean? You want to eliminate them all? That's ridiculous. But I already reached the stage of agreeing to disagree. And I remember she said something along the lines, oh, you still believe in the sky god? Or something like that. And I never answered it. I don't know if she ever knows, but what was the point? I already respected her beliefs. So the reason why I'm saying it in this case, I wouldn't have said that I was a liberal. I would have just been like, I would have let you guys say what you want to say. I would have, so I'm a, whatever label, I'd be like, and I'd let you look stupid when you find out later that I am a liberal. But what does that have to do with anything? But anyways, I am not ignoring your comments. I feel like I've answered it, to be honest, in other comments or in the videos. But if you have any ideas on how to find some common ground, because I'm pretty firm in my view, then I'm open to it. But as far as the new links, I've already made my decision. I've seen pretty much enough. And so the best I can offer is maybe a blind react video to what you send. But you'll have to do the same for me. But I'm open to your ideas. And I hope we can reach a point where we're on the same planet.